Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Carlos here once again, and I came across this video that Apple kind of put together today. It was a keynote. Now, the funny thing about this keynote is I haven't watched all of it completely, but for the most part, I'm going to break down a couple of segments to let you know what's really going on in this keynote and what is being introduced to us. Remember, one thing I want to come across this video is that a lot of the technologies that we're getting today is technology that they've been using for quite some time. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So let me change over my screen and let's get on with this keynote.
Faster. And in iOS 12, we wanted to make an easy way to experience AR across the system. We created a new file format for AR. It's called USDZ. You can use USDZ across the system, from the Files app to Safari, to even sharing them over messages and mail. And what's great is you can place these 3D objects into the real world.
Designers and developers will now be able to use familiar apps that they know and love, like Photoshop or Dimension, to create.
All right, so did you guys catch that? So what they're just showing us right now is that they're able to pretty much like live edit. Now you can put with your tablet, they have the capability of actually putting an object into 3D space, as they want to call it. So that's what AR is when you have an object and you can just simply put it in 3D space, and then it's capturing it in real time. So think about where we've seen that technology already being used. Something like the ISS footage that we constantly see get buggy, and you can see when they're using their harnesses and guys flying around pretending that they're floating when really they're on harnesses. And it's just, we've seen what that technology already looks like. They get away with it for most of the time because most people don't even stick around long enough to see the mistakes. But as you know, people like myself like to break down frame by frame, and this is when we start seeing all those videos. So here's a small introduction on how they're using it now for the masses. Now that technology is coming into our hands. One of the reasons why they want to introduce it more into our hands is that we get used to it and we kind of get dumbed down by it, because now it's not a big deal. Oh, we could do that. It's not as impressive in the long run. So imagine if they're giving this to us today, what they have in store already. So remember, this has to do a lot with what's going on in the ISS and how they fake space. So let's continue on with what they have to say.
Create amazing AR content and bring it easily via USDZ. In fact, for the first time with Creative Cloud and iOS, you will have a what you see is what you get editing in AR.
So here I am at the Fender website, and they actually let you configure your guitar with the kind of finish and pick guard that you want. So I can select a configuration option here, and then I can see the guitar I've configured. So I'm just gonna tap in. Of course, I can see the guitar here, but wouldn't it be cool if I could see it in the real world, in its real size? Well, there it is. So we're introducing.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. They can introduce this stuff in real time. So now your apps and all these new functionalities, this is just a software update. Your hardware doesn't have anything to do with this. It means your hardware already has the capability of being able to do this. Now they're just rolling it out for us. As you saw, he showed a small glimpse of what it looked like for him to.
And it's, of course, I can see the guitar here, but wouldn't it be cool if I.
See what I'm saying? See how you can just pop it up? It's crazy.
It's called Measure. It makes it really easy to measure objects, detect rectangles and get their dimensions, measure lines along surfaces. Now, I'm actually in the Measure app. You see, I can easily measure along this suitcase by just tapping and dragging out a line like that. And check that out. It's a measurement. And we're on a relentless pace of advancement with AR, and
there you go. They're literally showing you how simple this new technology. And yeah, technology for a person like me who loves technology, it's amazing, right? It's crazy that we're having this kind of impact today, and at the same time, yet they can't get past low Earth orbit. I wonder what's that all about. So again, we have all this great technology. They're bringing it down, the latest in the AR platform. Let's keep listening to what they have in store for us. And remember, this is how they've been using it on us for a long time. A lot of our technology is maybe, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative. A lot of people say 50 years in advance, which could be, but I'm like more between 10 to 20, maybe 25 years in advance. So if they're already bringing this down to us, what do they have now that it's going to be outdoing this? So let's continue on with this and see what we got.
Continues today with ARKit 2. Now this delivers true multi-user augmented reality. You and the people.
See, they're all it is about augmented reality. Now you can even hear the sound effects. This is like playing a VR game without the VR goggles, using your cell phone, your tablet. Again, this is for the iOS system. But remember, when Apple drops stuff like this, everyone else follows. They start implementing it more because Apple seems to be leading the world in this technology-based society we live in, which is, it is what it is. Some of it's fantastic and some of it, it isn't. You just got to know what to use and how to use it. Can't invite every piece of technology in your house. Don't invite Siri. As far as like those little boxes that you can tell it what to do, like the Google Home, and all those little devices are just listening devices. They're just collecting more and more data. So try not. That's why when you say hello Google, it's waiting to. It's been listening the whole time, waiting to hear that so that it can respond right away. So you have to be careful with that stuff. All right, let's continue.
People around you will be able to see your own perspective on a common virtual environment. And to help all you developers get started, we created this sample app written in Swift that you'll all be getting today. Now check out how both players and even a third observer can all experience the same environment in real time.
Here we have Assembly Square. It's one of our Lego creator sets. Perfect, because now with ARKit 2's multi-user support.
So if you notice what they're doing right there, they're making it's fun, it's exciting, it's amazing. You're going to be able to use it. You'll be able to use your friend. They're always going to introduce this technology that's really there to, the way I look at this technology is to map out where you're at. That's what I think it's really for. Now they can really put a good map of your house, each room. I mean, think about every time you pick it up, you might be in a different room, and now they're able to map out everything and where you live and the dimensions of where you are. I mean, you got to think about these things. But let's just put it into a family fun game where we can all play Legos and it's just, this is the same thing they do with medicine, right? They think, oh, this is how we're going to introduce it. We'll be able to regrow limbs and we'll be able to cure cancer and all this, which they never do. But they'll give us the moon, right? They're going to tell us all this stuff that they can do with it so that we're just so willing to accept it. But in reality, it's just more this poison, you know what I mean? So we're going to continue.
We get to play with up to 4 friends in the same space.
This year, we're making photos even better. We have an all-new tab. It's called For You. And with For You, you have... Now, we're also introducing detection. You can make your favorite emoji do this.
You see this crap? Like, they want you to stick your tongue out, right? What's the meaning of sticking your tongue out? Where have we seen that? Where have we seen that in Freemasonry? Sticking your tongue, right? You see all these celebrities sticking out their tongue, holding their their hand over their eye, doing the devil horns, right? So now you have these 4 characters that they've implemented. Oh yeah, let's make all these emojis for you, right? And one of the first things we're going to talk about is how it can stick its tongue out. I mean, really? Think about this. Again, This is fun and cute, right? Yeah, yeah. Here's more predictive programming. We have a gray alien right here, right? This is what they say we come from. Okay? So, and then you have transhumanism with the robot. It's all right there. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Now, we're also introducing some great new Animoji that I think you're all gonna love, like Ghost, Koala, Tiger, and T-Rex. So I'm thrilled today to announce the arrival of the era of Memoji. With Memoji, you can create your very own personalized Animoji.
So now it's personalized. You can make yourself into an emoji, right? This again goes into the transhumanism aspect, because if you are willing to create yourself, which this is nothing new, okay? This is just going into the masses in a different level, because they've been doing this with video games forever. I mean, some of my favorite video games is where I get to create an avatar that looks like me so I can go in the ring and box and stuff like that. That's been, you know, they've been doing that for years. But now, hey, you can become an emoji and you can stick your tongue out. And did you see how the people were standing up and just praising this idea? Who knows if those people aren't the same ones who are getting paid to do this? Who knows? You know? We know that people pay people in the audiences in order to kind of rile everybody up, because we have a you know, minion mentality. A few people stand up, then everybody wants to stand up with them. So let's go. Let's continue this. Let me rewind this back a few seconds.
Memoji. With Memoji, you can create your very own personalized Animoji. These Animoji can look like you or the real you. Now, this year, FaceTime is going to take a big leap forward, because today we're introducing group FaceTime. 2 people, 3 people, actually up to 32 simultaneous participants.
I'm good. I'm done with this. I knew that they were gonna have stuff in here that was worth talking about. So hopefully you guys kind of understand what I'm talking about. If this is all new to you, then you know there's a lot of research that needs to be done on your end. But thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't already, make sure you go down and subscribe and hit that bell notification. Guys, remember, this is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun, but it's stuff that we need to be aware of, because they're putting it out there for a reason. This is not just for entertainment and whatnot. They put it out there as entertainment, but in reality, it's way more than that. So stay tuned to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you around.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
Jerry, just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.